Jesus says, "Do not be ashamed to show your love for me." January 13th, 2018. Words from Jesus to Sister Clare, spoken by Jackie. Clare began, "Sweet Jesus, give us the courage, please, to be willing to stand out for you and declare your love openly. Amen." Well, my dear friends, I've been on a mission these last 4 days, and that's why you haven't heard from me. In learning how to sing, I have come across something very foreign to me. I do not want to call attention to myself by grand demonstrations and loud passages in a song, but I can see it has become necessary for the one I'm working on. I told the Lord, "It is seriously troubling me." Jesus replied quite unexpectedly, "Don't be afraid to show your love for me." But it feels dramatic, more like stage acting. This is so not my nature. Please help me understand and do what is right. You mustn't ever comply with sin, but I have put you in this position because your natural inclination is the hidden life. You hate anything to do with ostentation, and well you should. Shall it not be safe for me then to put you on the stage of life to declare your love for me? And I have a little note here. I was working on a song, and all of a sudden, in a very appropriate part of the song, I got very loud without any conscious effort, and it took me by surprise. And I thought to myself, was that a holy accident? Am I missing something here? But I feel so repressed. This other way is not my nature. I will conquer your nature, dear one. I almost did it the other night, but you balked. However, you recognized something. When you hear karaoke sing, does she draw attention to herself? No, I feel her passion for you and her deep, intense feelings, and my heart resonates with that. Exactly, Clare. There is something in your heart that others could resonate with if you let it out. The quiet music is important. I do much through that. But there is also passion. The passion you feel when you cry out over me. And I wish for that to be brought out to souls, to help heal them, Clare. At this point, my eyes teared up. You always wanted to be used in healing, and for that there are many different gifts, even in music. Some healing takes place through association and acknowledgement that their feelings are valid. You share what is in you. They resonate, and a certain acknowledgement, knowing, and validation is resonating within them that makes them feel more whole. You are not upstaging me, you are revealing the inward joy of my heart in yours. It shines from deep within and gives off illumination. Don't be afraid to show emotion. When you get angry, and I do mean really angry, people around you tremble. Thank your God, it is not often or without good cause. Can you not express the same intensity in your love for me? Sigh. With your help, I can do anything. Exactly. You've been longing to hear from me. Don't stop now. I was thinking that's all he was going to say. My precious heart dwellers, many of you are in bondage to social norms and posturing. Don't you know that I love it when you get excited and on fire for me? Do you know that I get excited and on fire for you? Well, I do, and the angels and citizens of heaven will bear witness to that. But many of you have been taught to repress your feelings, to hide them. Don't be vulnerable. Protect that soft interior. Yes, I understand that. Self-preservation from ridicule. But also it is a fearful response and it puts your fire out, which is exactly what it was intended to do. Satan is behind all repression. Do you know heaven is not a quiet place, like many have been taught to believe? Yes, I gave Jesse Duplantis a chance to see me preaching with passion. What a shock for some. Yeah, it shocked me, that's for sure. Well, Lord, Scripture does say you will not shout or cry out or raise your voice in the streets. Isaiah 42. Do you suppose that means that I will not get excited? I don't know what to think. This saying has more to do with abuse and harshness than preaching and admonishing. Why should I not shout out the good news my Father has sent me to proclaim? Clare, it is okay to be passionate and loud. You are still under a bondage of sorts, to stay low-key. Well, it seems that so many have been put off by fiery preaching, and you are all about love, and love is gentle and kind. Well, I don't know how to answer you, except that I detest loud hollering and condemnation that some preachers do. It brings condemnation instead of conviction. Frankly, I can't even stay in the room with it anymore. Oh, now wait a minute. Many souls need this, Clare. You are little and gentle and don't need it. But there are those hardened in sin that need a forceful presentation to provoke them to look at themselves in my mirror. The scribes and the Pharisees were and still unfortunately are one such group. Do you think I said this gently? Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of the bones of the dead and everything unclean. You think I said it that way? Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of the bones of the dead and everything unclean. Yeah, yep, you sound angry. And rightly too, for what went on in the back rooms and depth of the temple, defilement and everything unclean, and that is precisely why I sent the Romans to destroy it. I will have no part with uncleanness. Do you think I was mild-mannered when I overturned the tables of the money changers? No, indeed not. I scourged and castigated them for their impiety, presumption and greed in my house of all places. And when I raised my voice during the Sermon on the Mount, was I meek or was I passionate? I was declaring the blessedness of those this upside-down world calls worthless. I declared their beauty and blessedness openly to set the record straight. In short, there are times to be quiet and times to speak out. Now getting back to your singing. You are missing quite a piece of the puzzle because you have not been trained to entertain. And I'm not asking you to fake it. I'm asking you to let all your love hang out, so to speak. People need to be touched and inspired. This is the place and time my angels and my spirit ministered to the multitude. Some would call it entertainment. I call it ministry, with all the depth of human emotions present to minister to souls. Some are repressed beyond belief, Clare. They need a voice crying out in the wilderness, and that goes for songs as well as preaching. Indeed, you preach through your songs. Perhaps this is the best way to get you to let it go. Well, I never really understood this, Lord. And yet, you have always wanted to act, have you not? Well, when I was a teenager, I wanted to communicate and convey the things that were inside of me. Well, buckle up. You're going back to those days. Wow. Yes, you have mellowed with age, and that is as it should be. And our music that is mellow serves a very important purpose. And so will this music, which is not so mellow at certain points. Clare, you are still resisting me. I can't hide anything from you. No, you can't. But I can help you understand. This is only a tool of communication. There are times to reflect peace. There are times to reflect passion. Allowing your feelings to come out is a whole, healing, and kosher, I might add, practice. And by the way, practice makes perfect. We will work on this. My people, what I'm telling her applies to you as well. You see how passionate people are about rock stars and football games. And that passion draws attention and gives license to others to express their feelings. Where is the passion of my people? The passion they feel for me? Where is the outcry against injustice? Where is the celebration of your faith? Is it alive and passionate, or suppressed under a burden of the fear of looking foolish? I want you to be yourselves and express yourselves as you truly are. Otherwise, how will normal people come to know how wonderful it is to be in a relationship with me? How will they know I can save them from their shame and failure? How will they know I can rebuild their lives? Unless you express openly the wonders I've done for you. You are my emissaries and ambassadors of freedom from sin, freedom from addiction and self-hatred, freedom from darkness and confusion. Oh, how liberating it is to be reborn in me. But who will I send to express this gift beyond comprehension? The lukewarm? Oh no, my people, you must be a virgin, with a lamp full and more to spare. You must be enkindled by my Holy Spirit, free from worry, free from fear, and free from condemnation. All these gifts are yours for the taking, as you go deeper with me and in my word. Truly, the reading of the word does wash your souls. It does cleanse, bringing conviction, and then hope with the eternal promise of my unconditional love for you. No matter what you've done, no matter how many babies you have sacrificed for personal gain and satisfying Satan, there is still much hope for you, and I wait. Why do I wait? Because I know you are someday going to wake up and realize your practices are not bringing peace but war, not happiness but loss and sorrow. I know those who are mine and have been led astray by Satan's empty promises, and I know you will come to me. So I wait. Take as an example the many Satanists who have been on fire for evil, and their hearts are now on fire for me. They travel tirelessly, declaring their love for me, and I use them because their lamps are full. They are head over heels in love with me. For those who have been forgiven much will love much. So I am looking to recruit those of you who are on fire and loving me. I want you to express your passion to others, because when you reveal the inner glory you live in with me, they too will want what you have. You will be an inspiration for new life and the hope of glory stored up for them. Paul was passionate, unashamed to proclaim the gospel. You can read this in Colossians 1:25-29. So Clare, to come full circle, do not be ashamed to show your love for me. Remember, this is about me, and those who acknowledge me before men, I will acknowledge before the Father. Heaven is a place full of rejoicing, and all you are doing is bringing heaven down to earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.